Good morning, pregame crew. How are y'all doing? I got sidetracked in charts and lost track of time. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. It's September 6, 2022, a lovely Tuesday that feels like a Monday. It is 8:24 a.m. Eastern, 6:24 a.m. Mountain Time. Good morning. Thank you, Night Truck. I appreciate you. I'll get started with indices, commodities, crypto, movers and shakers of the day in about 6 minutes. And we'll look at the economic calendar for the week and just get organized. How about that? Let's do it. We'll also look at earnings for the week. This coming up, we have a few volatile names. All right, now let me say hello to my friends. Hey, Luciano, Night Truck, ER, Greg, Lewis, Lisa, Topher, Roger, Carlos, Mike, Scott, amen. Eli, Basque, Roger and Night Truck, I appreciate y'all. Hey, Whitney and Jessica, Sam, Visuals by Vlad. So we're going to have an interesting day. We're in an interesting spot. I felt like Thursday and Friday were my best flow state days that I've had in a really long time as far as being connected to the markets and having clarity. And I would say that today the water's not as crystal clear for me. It's just a little bit muddier. Doesn't mean we can't have a great plan going forward. Hey, Charles and Andre, EUK. Good morning. Okay, let me go back up. I think ER wants Ada. Ada. It's a bullish chart, but we have a double top. If we lose 2454, that weekly high is most likely set. If we lose this 4-hour higher low at 2454, holding the EMAs. Hourly, that's a pretty big pullback. So top fishing bears are looking for the next. And well, you're not actually trading this, but I'm saying it's bearish for ADA. For ADA Bitcoin to have this double top and hourly lower high being the more likely scenario would most likely bring about consolidation to 88. Morning, good morning. I have time for another chart if you want to throw in your request. Again, I have a new mouse today, a new keyboard today. I'm going to keep trying until I get it right. I am not a quitter. That is for sure. CCJ, all right, let's look at it. I haven't looked at that this morning in depth. CCJ. All right, that long dip buying worked last Friday. Let's look at the daily. This daily looks super healthy. What's the size of this pullback? Is it still a bull flag? I'm assuming yes. Yes, as long as we have a daily close above 2690, a daily bull flag is in play. Weekly, we got the higher high. 4-hour, this is a trampoline pattern for me. Starting to squeeze. On the hourly, nice bounce. And pre-market up 2.7%. I don't think it's on a ton of volume. So I wouldn't say this is impressive yet. I would look to buy a dip back to 28.61. Hey, UK Nibbler. Sand USDT, sure. And I'll do Bitcoin as part of the show visuals. Good morning, Craig and Sebro. How are you? All right. And did I do the right one? No, you want. Oh, yeah, I'm on tether. All right. Daily inside bar. We're inside yesterday's range. Resistance 9863. Support 9368. Struggling at the 8 EMA. 4-hour lower high anticipated compared to 0.9863. The bears are going to be waiting up here for that potential 4-hour lower high top fish. On the hourly, we have an EQ. Excuse me, we have bull break of an EQ. But the odds that we go take out that 9781 are low, and the odds we go take out that 9863 on just with one move are even lower. On the 15-minute, if you're in a long, I would say stay in a long as long as your 15-minute EMAs are below you. Love y'all too. You're welcome, ER. Yeah, that ADA Bitcoin kind of matches up with this ADA chart. We got an hourly higher high over here, but ADA Bitcoin double topped. So I would not as bullish on this hourly upper wick, knowing what I know now about ADA BTC. 4-hour double top. No problem, C-Bro. Well, it's 6:29, 8:29 Eastern. Y'all want to just get this show on the road? Let's do it. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis. If you want to check us out on what we do, you can check us out at chartguys.com. We have a wonderful community of 1,060 of my closest friends that post setups and news and technicals. It's pretty fun. So what I do here every morning is I go over the indices, commodities, crypto movers and shakers of the day. I have some notes on the other screen that I read in case I lose my place. These notes are shared with the TCG members once I'm done. So let's look at two things. I think we should do this at the beginning of every week. Of course, this week is different. It's Tuesday and not Monday, but we should still do it every week. We have some earnings coming up you need to know about. NEO tomorrow. What does that mean? If you're a NEO trader and you trade options, those premiums are going to be sky high. So I would not be day trading, scalping NEO today before earnings. Same thing for GameStop, going to be sky high. And we have Asana that has a tendency to be volatile, ASAN. We have Coop today after hours, can be volatile. And then we have four big ones here: FCell, Docu, ZS, and RH. Restoration Hardware, Zscaler, DocuSign, and FCell. Those can really be volatile. So even though it's a shortened trading week, if you're an earnings trader, which I'm not, but if you are, you have some excitement ahead of you. All right, the economic calendar. So I sort my filters on US only. I only want to know the US events, and I want to know just the important ones, the 3-star ones. I hit apply, and it shows me everything that's happening this week that's important. So we have PMI numbers today at 10 a.m. That's my least favorite time to have any type of economic data 30 minutes after the open, because it makes me sit on my hands more at the open and wait for this news to come out and volatility if it ensues, and then watch how it plays out. So just remember that. And we have the oil inventory report shifted to Thursday because of the Monday holiday. It just shifts everything forward. So just remember that. And we have Powell speaking Thursday, pre-market at 9:10 a.m. Eastern. Okay, we got the setup, got the framework. Let's start with weekly. Weekly on ES, odds favor a weekly higher low. It favors it. We could get a little tiny bounce because now a lower high is most likely scenario on any bounce. So I think there's a unique opportunity today to play, let me see, play bearish and AM, bullish. That doesn't mean this is going to work out. I'm just going through the more likely scenarios based on the hourly, and I'm going to show you why I'm thinking this. Okay, we're looking for that weekly high or low. Daily, we're inside Friday's range. Friday's range, which could mean lots and lots of volatility, because we know we can get some real choppy trading inside a range when we're stuck inside like a caged animal and we just bang-a-rang on the sides, which meaning support and resistance on the chart. This 4-hour EMAs, they've been manhandling price, and they have been, or the moving averages in general, since August 19th. So something's got to change in order for something to change. How about me being Captain Obvious? So here on the 4-hour, we have enough room for a higher low. Does it mean we're going to get it? No. Look how much we gave back over here. We got that hourly overbought, hourly overbought, reverse back burner trade that was just money last week. And now we're drifting up. This is not a bull charge higher. This isn't bull domination. I wouldn't say this is impressive by any means. So if we look at it, I think 12-hour. On the 12-hour, a lower high is anticipated. Look at this 8 EMA, dominating price. So a lower high is anticipated. So on this hourly chart, so when I know overhead what I've got going on, got this upper wick, this upper wick, this upper wick. Bears are selling into pops now. They are selling into it. Oh, this new mouse feels so good on my hands, but I'm not used to it yet. So these hourly upper wicks are showing me topping pattern, and bulls are getting tired. Look at this uptick in bear volume as well. So that has me looking for that 4 hour. This is what I'm expecting today. Do the little shimmy dance, 4 hour, higher low, and then let's go higher. I still think they're going to have a hard time taking out 4019. It may take a few higher lows in order to go take out that 4019, but let's just take it one step at a time. And right now we're struggling at the 4 hour EMA. I'm looking for 4 hour higher low. I'm looking for a potential hourly higher low, not guaranteed, compared to 3939. So it has me looking bearish this morning and bullish in the afternoon. Hang Seng was down 0.12%, very negligible. DAX is up almost 1%. Let's see. You can always tell when I look at chat, right? Always, I lose my flow. So VIX is interesting. So VIX has a 4 hour higher low. It's struggling up here at an hourly higher low. It's struggling at that hourly 50 MA. And do you see that a 4 hour lower high is most likely compared to 2745? Fear left the market pretty quickly. Now, of course, it re-entered Friday late day, but a 4 hour lower high is still anticipated. And ES is looking for a 4 hour higher low. So I think both of those things need to happen. The VIX get its 4 hour lower high and ES get its 4 hour higher low in order for the market to possibly get another leg up. SPY, don't have any key levels for you except for, you guessed it, 389.95. Boom, boom. That is the dark pool level. And we have a gap fill down here at 37857. Now, we are underneath the daily 50 MA on SPY. On ES, we rejected at the daily 50 MA. So it doesn't have me feeling warm and fuzzy that we're going to go clear that on first try. We could just sit here and go sideways underneath the daily 50 MA all week and do a bear flag. Who knows? But I'm not going to forget that weekly higher low is the more likely scenario. Nasdaq, we can rubber stamp everything I just said on ES on all Fab4 indices. They're tracking very closely this morning. So we're getting upper wicks of bulls stalling out up here on the hourly. We're looking for that 4 hour higher low. Bulls have enough room for it, not guaranteed. So waiting for a pullback buy in Nasdaq. RTY, looking for a pullback buy in RTY against 1800 support 1849. And then Nasdaq resistance 12461, support 12054, and then 12040. YM, same thing. Got some exhaustion candles up here. You see those hourly upper wicks. And YM is struggling just a little more with the hourly 50 MA than the rest of them are. We're still looking for a 4 hour higher low compared to 31182. Okay, who set that alert with me Friday morning when I set the alert for 3199 on YM right here, 3199. Do you remember that? We set it and then we broke it by $30. I told you 32,000 psychological level could be a strong resistance for the bears, a strong resistance for the bulls, and that actually served to be true. Okay, and if you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the video description below to receive a PDF explanation. And I had one soapbox moment for you, and I actually tweeted it out, so you already know what my soapbox moments is. I say don't fight with charts. Don't fight the trend. Most newer traders and consistently profitable traders trade with the trend. There are some phenom oversold bounce players and overbought players that just are amazing. They go against the trend and they do just fine. And we happen to have a lot of them in our room, which is, in my opinion, a more difficult way to trade. But they do it and they when you take that kind of risk, the risk to reward is nice. So don't fight with the trends and the charts, but always battle for good price location entry. And this is so important. So listen to me carefully. I care a lot less about your exits than I do your entries. The exits will take care of themselves as long as we have great entry placement. So if you were looking for a 32,000 short on Dow, sorry, I turned down the speed on this mouse. I may have to turn it back up. I mean, we just dropped precipitously. You could have waited for that first bounce to short, but get as close to 32,000 as possible. That's a bad example. I'm not able to scroll as fast as I want. But battle for good price location. So if you're going to work on one thing this week, if I'm your golf pro at the local country club and we look at your swing and I say what you need to work on this week is keeping your head down. Watch the ball, head down. Okay, so this week I'm your golf pro. I happen to be your trading coach, and I'm telling you, work on your entries and battle for it. Let your order sit there. We don't have to mark it into everything, and if you miss it, you miss it. That's okay. Battle for your entries, and then come talk to me Friday about how your profitability has improved. Okay, so that's our focus for the week. I'm gonna try to remember this, to go over earnings, go over the investing calendar, and then give us one thing that we're all going to work on for the week, like a theme of the week. And that way we can all stay focused on that and just keep developing these muscles. All right, VIX. All right, VIX, we talked about the 4-hour lower high, the more likely scenario compared to 27.45. Hourly, we're struggling up here at the 50 EMA. You have support at 25.35, resistance 26.38. As long as this stays red, SPY has a chance today. US 10-year getting a little spiffy. Let me go look at the dollar. The dollar pulled down pretty hard last night at open. Look at that. And then it's been bouncing ever since. This daily chart hasn't even blinked an eye. One eye at that 8 EMA. Large and in charge. And as long as the bulls stay that way above that daily 8 EMA, let's don't fight these dollar bulls. Metal bulls just keep getting whacked. Cut off at the knees on every attempt, every bounce attempt. You're going golfing, Casey? All right, Maddie, let's talk about it on Friday. Battle, battle, battle for entry. Okay, back to US 10-year. US 10-year, this is still a bullish chart. We're in an hourly uptrend. This daily chart hasn't even touched the 8 EMA. What is it? Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. These US 10-year bulls, they are floating like a butterfly. They're floating above the 8 EMA. Not even coming near it, saying, Mom, watch me. I know what I'm doing. These are just super bullish, and that is a headwind for Nasdaq. We need the US 10-year to sit down, and we need the dollar to sit down. Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin. Daily 8 EMA overhead. Look at how the 8 EMA has just been handling price. So the alts, the crypto alts, they had their moment in the sun yesterday. They had some nice bullish action. And I say moment because a lot of them are in larger time frame downtrends. So yay, good bounce, great bounce. But those are typically right now counter trend scalps because we don't have longer term trends in higher time frames. And of course, I'm generalizing. I would have to go chart by chart by chart to tell you this coin looks good on higher time frames. This one looks bad. So just in general, Bitcoin has been taking a second or back seat to the crypto alts having their moment in the sun. The 8 EMA continues to be the boss of Bitcoin. Yes, I said boss. Okay, we're inside the 4-hour range. We have enough room for hourly high or low. It may be set at 19862. Then 19673, and your resistance 2028, and then 217986. What else did I say about Bitcoin? I had something written down. Oh, the 4-hour 50 MA. The 4-hour 50 MA has been money. Look at this. It hasn't had a candle close above since August 15th. August 15th, every touch of that 50 MA has been a beautiful short. And I know the Bitcoin bulls are getting tired of it being overhead. So I know they're eating away at it, but it's still overhead. And until that changes, Bitcoin bears are in control of that 4-hour chart. Ethereum. All right. Ethereum daily uptrend with a 50 MA overhead. This is, I don't normally call out a Queen of the Mountain trade in crypto. Oh, is it going through those levels right now? It is. It got through that double top. I still don't like Ethereum up here. You have the daily 50 MA. The bulls are battling right now. They are trying to battle it out. My notes, I had my notes. 4-hour approaching overbought. That's what I was liking. So we are in a weekly downtrend, and we have 4-hour overbought. That's typically a good reverse back burner. And these topping candles had me go look at that RSI and say, wait a minute, what's that larger time frame? Because we're overbought now. We're at 69.92. So at the daily 50 MA, 4-hour overbought. But as long as these hourly EMAs are below you and you're an Ethereum bull, then remain an Ethereum bull. And you could say 15-minute or hourly, depending if you're swing trading or day trading. But if Ethereum bulls were to lose these 15-minute EMAs, it could be a great location for a short. Great location. I'm going to start using that word a lot more. Location, location, location. I think it speaks to me a lot anyway. Okay, I want to enter at a great location. Okay. Gold had its moment in the sun. We are looking for a weekly higher low. But man, did those bulls just get smacked yesterday. Oh, we got a pop on the dollar, bounce, and back down to support 1721, 1720 double bottom. Just smacked down at that 4-hour 50 MA. Jungle Funk in our room. He is great with commodities. He's great at everything. But this 4-hour 50 MA touch, he pointed out last night, I had pointed out that dollar was weak, gold was strong, and what the scenarios were on the 4-hour. And he posted that we were running into the 4-hour 50 MA on gold, and it was just money short. 1720 support, then 1719 resistance, 1731, 1737. Oil. So I drew this 4-hour megaphone this morning. I think I'm trying to give bulls more benefit of the doubt than they totally deserve, because we are trapped under this weekly 50 MA. We've got a triple bottom here with oil at 85.73, 86.28, 85.98, 86.18. So we got a higher high without a lot of follow through. Got a lower low without a lot of follow through. That makes us typically start looking for potential broadening formations. So again, I don't know what time the EIA estimates come out, if they're coming out today or tomorrow, and the oil inventory again moved to Thursday. Lots of headlines coming out on oil. So be careful out there. I don't see a decent trade setup with a potential hourly bear flag. So I can't go in and buy this dip on this quad bottom when we have a perfectly textbook weekly bear flag on the table. So I think oil bulls have a lot of work to do. Like, I get tired looking at the chart, all the work they're going to have to do. Okay, nat gas getting hammered. So the pit's open in 13 minutes. This could be ready for a bounce. We're looking for that weekly higher low compared to 753. Okay, so let's do this again. Okay, let me say it again. We're looking for a weekly higher low. What is the best location to begin scouting that? 4-hour oversold, and that's where we are. So let me see if I can give you a level in here. 8.403. We just broke that barely, and then below that is 8259. So I would watch for potential bottom fish, and we may get that volume in 12 minutes. And I wouldn't take that bottom fish until we open and see where the volume's coming in at. If it's coming to the bear side, then I would wait for a flush bounce bottom fish. If it's coming into the bull side, I would look for a 5-minute or 2-minute higher low. All right, Apple. Do you see how clear that was? When I start giving you like 5 or 6 statements about a chart, that's a problem, because that means we've got conflicting signals. We're looking for a weekly low or high, and we're looking for da. Here, this is not conflicting. We're looking for a weekly high or low and 4 hours oversold. Now I wait for a key support and look, we could have a potential vol climax for a potential long back to the upside. When you want, I say levels, all these different pieces of evidence, confluence, all of this data points converging into one and saying, yes, this is a great location for entry. And that's the vibe I'm getting on Nat Gas. But I'm not giving these bulls the benefit of the doubt. They're down 4% until the pits open, and then we get some trend changes on smaller time frames. And then I'm going to be very, very wary of them, I guess, W-A-R-Y. I am not going to trust them. Okay, Apple, we're looking for a 4-hour lower high, and look how we barely got up off the mat compared to Thursday's low. 154.67, we hit 154.97. We barely kept Thursday's low on that bounce. 8 EMA, dominating price, no candle close above. Since, I'm not even going to count these after hour ones. No candle close above since August 18th. So Apple has some weakness on the 4 hour, but I'm always going to zoom out and say, whoa, we're still looking for that weekly high or low. Still looking for that weekly high or low. The bulls need to get that lower high set in on the hourly, go make a higher low compared to low of day, then take out 160.36 and prove to me that that weekly higher low is set. If the bulls could get through Friday's high today or tomorrow, then that weekly higher low is most likely set. I'm going to go back to that 4 hour, and I want to show you, okay, you see it? Within 30 cents of Thursday's low. Now look at Amazon. You see how much farther Amazon is from its low of Friday? It's $3 above it. XLY is positioned better than XLK. Let me say that again. Consumer discretionary names, XLY, like Tesla and Amazon, they are positioned better than technology names, XLK, like Apple, like Nvidia. So we're looking for a higher low. So if the market were to have a nice bounce and market internals look strong, because I'm going to read the room and make sure everything's aligned, all my evidence is boom, 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 then I would look for Amazon long. I wouldn't want to go short Amazon. If I wanted to go short, I'd go short Nvidia. Nvidia is much weaker, absolutely much weaker. And I would like for this RSI to cool off a little more and get closer, 141.71 for a top fish. Tesla. GME8. If you're interested in my chart setup, we have a video on our YouTube channel, how to set up your chart like Lori or Dan. And also we have a PDF that you can receive. If you click on the link in the video description of this video, it'll take you to another screen, and you put your email in there and we'll send you a PDF with it. So you can watch it with no email address exchanged on YouTube, or if you want it written out for you, you can do the PDF explanation. Tesla and Amazon are kissing cousins. They're both in consumer discretionary, and they both look better than other names. So my queen of the mountain top fish is Nvidia. My queen of the mountain bottom fish will be Tesla or Amazon. And Tesla has got a $360 upgrade this morning, but it wasn't by this big reputable firm that may not have a big bearing. 1 second, water. Okay, QQQ. I promise I didn't phone it in this morning, y'all. I woke up at 3:45 and I worked super hard like I always do. But when I am looking short, when I'm looking short the market, I prefer overall indices. When I'm looking long, I like individual names. When you're looking short an individual name, they could have news come out and rip your face off. Getting bought out, buybacks or funding secured. You never know. Shorting individual names carries more inherent risk than shorting indices. Indices for me, how do I explain it? It's a more efficient way of me shorting the market and not having to worry about these individual names. Like AMD, they had an event last week. An investor conference with an announcement. I don't keep up with that stuff enough. I know in general, to know if this individual name do they have anything coming up? I heard on CNBC, Apple has some more news coming out with the iPhone. Okay, what day is that? So that kind of has me back off an Apple short. So shorting these indices is an easier setup for me, and it tells me that the market is still pretty heavy if I was able to find shorts on the four of the major sectors. They're all shorts for me today, all of them. This is the only one that looked decent. Well, actually, that doesn't look decent anymore. On an hourly, you're still looking for a lower high compared to 15919 on consumer discretionary. I'm much more comfortable top fishing here than I am bottom fishing. But if I'm going to bottom fish, XLY does look better than QQQ. You see the difference? So QQQ is a short for me as long as it's below the hourly 50 MA. XLF is a top fish setup. The odds that we go take out 33.81 are pretty low. And what bulls want to see is for them to hold the low of Friday and have an inside day. Let me tell you, it sounds counterintuitive, but if you're an XLF bull, you welcome an inside day. An inside day means defense of Friday's low. And taking out Friday's high would be a tall order. So again, you welcome an inside day. XLE, September 7th. Thanks, Casey. Okay, I'm ignoring this $83 candle. XLE hardly gets any volume. So oil, we said all of those nasty, horrible things about oil. So that's why I'm looking for oil top fish. I will say it's holding up better than most in pre-market. So I'm going to change out this XLE one to XLF over here. I like the XLF short better. Oh, let me go back to why I'm looking at XLE. On the daily, we're looking for a lower high. Odds favor a lower high. We're bouncing at the 50 RSI. So I'm going to keep this on my radar all week. Today's probably not the day with this pre-market strength, but that's what I'm watching for, is that daily lower high. And what am I going to do to secure an entry in that short? I'm going to battle. I'm going to battle for great location. I'm not going to get stuck front running this setup and then be down $1 or $2 holding this bag if I'm short at $81 and it runs up to $83 and I'm down $2 per share. So 85.18, a lower high is anticipated compared to that. So when is it going to get its bounce going, and where can I top fish that? Okay, XLV. This 4 hour is ugly. So I'm looking for a top fish against 127.66, and they are experiencing the same exact thing as the XLF bulls. They are praying for an inside bar. Defend that low, hold that line. Going to take out 127.66 is a tall order. So that's what they're looking for. So I want to go back over just real quick what happened Friday. And when I said I had flow state, it literally it was super clear for me. And it's not always like that. So ES hourly it touched back burner and it touched overbought in a daily downtrend. So ES is in a daily downtrend, touched hourly overbought, and then immediately retraced. It didn't even get a candle close above 70, immediately retraced. At that exact point in time, over here, the Dow hit 32,000 psychological, broke it by $29 and retraced. We talked about this Friday morning. Apple opened up with a head and shoulders pattern on the 5 and 15 minute. So we're right here, and I'm live on stream, and I'm saying, watch it, folks, watch it. Apple has a head and shoulders, ES hourly overbought, and then over here, we had XLF carrying the whole market on its back. I said, if XLF rolls over at the time that Apple breaks this neckline, Katie barred the door. So my grandma would say. I'm not going to say that. My grandma was a pretty funny lady, but sorry, I'm half laughing and half coughing. This is confluence. This is the motive. This is the body. This is the weapon. This is the DNA sample. We've got evidence to take a short, and it all converged within 10 to 15 minutes of each other. That's what we're looking for. And now, mind you, on the other screen, I'm watching internals as well, and they started turning down. Then I've got all my evidence lined up, and I'm going to convict these bulls of poor leadership and step in a short. And that's what I did. So this is the type of evidence we're looking for. This is the type of evidence we're looking for to take strong, high conviction trades. And listen, when you see this, step up to the plate, swing the bat, and swing the bat hard. Now, I'm not saying go all in. I'm just saying confidently swing the bat hard. I worked in healthcare for many, many years. I'm not going to tell you how many, but I worked in healthcare for a lot of years. And it shocked me how many new doctors would come out of fellowship and not be able to pull the trigger on a diagnosis or a surgery. And they would just hem-haw around and write down, all these differential diagnoses because we called it trigger disorder. They could not pull the trigger, and I would have to hook them up with a mentor. I'd have to give them the rah-rah speech. You were trained at a great university. You can do this. You're able, affable, and available. I had my speech ready. You can do this. And with traders, I notice a lot of times when either when you're new or when you've lost a lot of money, your trigger finger stops working. Recognize your system, and if your system is watching the indices and how they have the confluence, then this is a major confidence builder. And you say, okay, 7 times out of 10, this works. So I'm pulling the trigger. So you need to have confidence in your system so you don't suffer from trigger disorder. All right, it's 7 o'clock. Oh God, I'm Chatty Cathy or Chatty Lori. So if you want to give me a follow on Twitter, that'd be great. I promise I don't do any crazy spamming. And that is at Chart Gal Lori. And TCGers, I'll copy these notes over. Love you all. Use stop losses.